So in this video, we are going to go over the best structure to use for a lead generation Performance Max campaign in Google Ads. Now, I've been using Performance Max since it came about, and it has such a stigma behind it for being really rubbish for lead generation. And I agree, it's not what you want to use predominantly as your main driver of conversions, but it is really good in this current structure that I've crafted with it, along with my scaling strategy and also my tips in order to make these leads as high quality as possible. But ignore people now who say PMax is not good for lead generation. Okay, it is now good. So let's go over the structure to begin with. So this is your Performance Max campaign for your lead generation account. And what we have here is the actual campaign here. So what we have here is just, this is the naming convention I use. This is the agency name, campaign type. And what this is TOF and MOF. What TOF stands for is top of funnel. What MOF stands for is middle of funnel. And US being our location. So the basic split is what we're going to do is have at least 2 asset groups being for top of funnel. And what these asset groups are going to be targeting is your top performing blogs. So what we're looking for in a top of funnel is what I like to call disco words or discovery words, long tail keywords as such, but I hate that word. I love the word disco words, so we use that. And what we're going to drive is traffic to these top performing blogs, because what we're trying to target is people in the consideration stage of the decision making process. They are investigating their problem. They are also considering their solutions by going to sites like yourselves and your competitions. So what we want to address in these 2 top of funnel asset groups are our top performing blog questions or our FAQs. FAQs are really good. We want to understand our customers' pain points and we want to address them. We want to have the answers to the questions they are asking and they are using to search on YouTube, on Google. And then what we have after that is 2 MOF asset groups. And what these asset groups are, literally we're just recycling our top performance search ad groups. So if you're starting this brand new with brand new search campaigns, then you won't understand what your top performance search ad groups are yet. But you're going to have an inkling based on your keyword research. You're going to know where the significant amount of volume is coming from and you can put those in there to start with. But ideally what we want to do is take our learnings from our search campaigns and recycle these into our Performance Max campaigns. So that's the basic structure. Now you may be thinking that's only 4 asset groups. So what I'm recommending here is 2 TOF asset groups, because you're probably not going to have too many more of those really, and then 2 MOF asset groups, and you're probably going to have considerably more of these here. But try and keep them even as possible and stick to only the high quality. We don't want low performing MOF ad groups in this campaign. So let's run through the structure again. So TOF is a minimum of 2 asset groups advertising our top performing blog posts or our FAQs. And what these are is our disco words, our discovery words, our long tail keywords. And then for MOF, middle of funnel, again, we're having minimum of 2 asset groups that are advertising our top performing ad groups from our search campaigns. And again, if you don't have the search campaigns, you're going to have to create a hypothesis based on keyword volume and what you think is going to convert the best. Okay, you've got to use a bit of initiative there. And what we want to do for both of these asset groups is to focus on great imagery and videos. We don't want to just be a box ticking job for this. I've been in so many Performance Max campaigns for e-com and lead gen, and I've seen the most terrible images and even no videos. I mean, understandably, videos are harder to get because you want them to be high quality and need to be produced. But your images as well can be easily improved. And I will be doing a video on image structure for Performance Max campaigns and what you should be including. Because formerly it used to be a case of, no, we shouldn't have any text overlay on these. We should keep it minimal, just like you do with Facebook ads. But no, it's changed now, okay? So there is a certain structure you can follow and I will recommend to you. And same again for our videos. If you're running videos, you want to make sure you're running YouTube Shorts for this as well. So have those resized for the dimensions for stories and uploaded to YouTube. So there's our structure there in summary. That's what we're running with as our minimum there. So minimum 2 TOF, minimum 2 MOF. So now let's move on to the scaling part of this. So I recommend we always start off with TOF and MOF asset groups together. Then we're going to segment them out based on performance and ad spend. But to begin with, they're going to be thrown in together. This is just a tidier way of working, and Performance Max really works well when we have stacked asset groups. It has more data housed in a single campaign that can play off each other and really help generate a good direction for the algorithm. So what I recommend, if you're on a higher spending account, and I'm saying there's at least $5,000 going into this campaign per month, then I could understand why you would segment it out to TOF and MOF specific Performance Max campaigns. But if you're anything under $5,000 a month, you should keep these together. And I'm talking $5,000 in this single campaign. So we are really using this Performance Max campaign so we can recycle the insights into our search campaigns and really generate some incremental improvements in those. So now let's move on to the tips. What I'm going to start with is we want to use customer lists. If you're applicable for customer lists, you want to be using them because we want to use our data section to really tailor the direction of the algorithm and show Google which customers we want to be targeting. And what I'm putting here in capital letters and bold is we want this list to be customers only. We don't want to have leads in there. We want to have customers, people who have generated revenue for your business. Now this may be a little bit harder to do because you need to have a minimum of 1,000 contacts in this list, and typically the match rate means you want to be uploading at least 2,000 minimum, but we want only to be showing the highest quality contacts to the algorithm. We don't want to just throw in 10,000 leads. We want to throw in 2,000 customers, okay? Because that's when we get the highest quality customer list to direct the algorithm. Then the next thing we want to do is we want to use value-based bidding. So value-based bidding is a really important one for lead generation, and it really transforms your normal lead generation accounts into more one that looks like an e-com account. And because of this, we are using target ROAS, maximize conversion value, for our bidding strategy. And what we want to do is combine this with all of the lead statuses uploaded as conversions with monetary value assigned to each of those. Now, that probably just sounded like a load of gibberish, but let me explain that a little bit more. So what this is here is a lead status value calculator. And when a lead goes into your CRM, like Salesforce or HubSpot, what they are classed as is a life cycle stage. So we start off as a lead, we go to an MQL, we go to an SQL opportunity, and then finally a paying customer. And each of these, each person goes through this life cycle stage to successfully become a paying customer of your business. But what we can do based on conversion rates is work out the conversion value of these, and we assign these in the conversion. So we can now use value-based bidding rather than maximize conversions, and we can optimize for customers because customers is the highest value here. So our value of a customer is 15 grand compared to a lead being 1,875. So naturally the algorithm is going to want to maximize the ROAS of our account, so it's going to go after customers over leads, and that's how you get higher quality lead generation on PMax and just Google Ads in general. So that's that one there. Next thing you want to use is a brand exclusion list. Okay, if you apply for that, that's great. Try and use a brand exclusion list. If you don't, then that's okay. You can't do anything about it really. Okay, you can add in some brand negatives, but I don't really want to put in negative keyword lists into PMax campaigns. I like to just use what we have there. I don't want to be contacting the Google reps and having them input it manually. Unless it's a feature we have, I don't particularly think it's beneficial to use. And then finally, what we want to do is bid for new customers only if possible. So let's go into this account here, and this is what I mean. So in the settings, we have customer acquisition, and we can bid for new customers only. So when you click this, it's going to be like, okay, what is this? This isn't going to be happening, but you really just need to input some data. So what you need to put in here is define your existing customer list. And what you're doing here is upload your list of existing customers, which you should have uploaded anyway for your asset group audience signal. And then we want to input it in there, and then we only want to bid for new customers if possible. Okay. So guys, that's the structure I like to use. Let's just have a look at it one more time. It's very, very basic like this, but we want to keep simplicity. When you overcomplicate stuff on Google Ads, that's when you think you can be doing well because it's a really complicated strategy, but in reality, you're probably making it worse for yourself. If you've enjoyed this video, guys, please reach out to me on LinkedIn. Send me a connection, send me a message. I reply to every single one of you guys. Okay, thank you for this one. I'll see you in the next.